And we're back with the Beaufort News with another WHHI-TV intern, Jane Fusco, who's a student at American University. Hey, Jane.
Hi.
How are you? You said that you're back, exams are over, you're back from D.C., and you're now in the Christmas spirit, right?
Yes, definitely 100%. I'm so happy to be here today. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's great to have you. You are going to give us our business consumer report. So let's dive right in. What's going on with COVID? Give us an update. I just saw this morning that the Rockettes, they've canceled for the rest of this season. So what's happening up there in the north?
So the recent surge in COVID-19 cases are making it really tough for businesses during the holiday season. Like you said, in New York City, Broadway shows, including the Christmas Spectacular starring the Radio City Rockettes, are closing due to the recent increases in COVID-19 cases, both within casts and among the city. Across the country, corporations like CNN are telling non-essential employees to work from home, and even universities like Harvard and Stanford are planning for their winter semesters to be held virtually and are asking faculty and staff not to come on campus at all. And what's crazy is COVID-19 tests are in short supply as people across the nation plan to get together with their families, so people are making mad dashes to drugstores and places all over the country to get their COVID-19 tests.
Right.
And President Biden is going to address the nation on Tuesday, December 21st. He's going to discuss the rising cases and how the administration plans to combat this winter surge.
Right. Let's move over to inflation. So inflation is up. It's going crazy, right, Jane?
It definitely is. Inflation has climbed to a 39-year high. These increases have been seen in energy, food, and transportation prices, and some degree of inflation can be attributed to product shortages. For example, the shortages of chips in the automotive industry is driving up car prices. And gas prices have increased because Americans have been driving more since, August and summer and vaccines, so it's been putting a strain on the supply. Researchers are looking at why this inflation is happening, but research shows that in November 2021, inflation in prices of many goods and services hit multi-decade highs despite any underlying factors including COVID and supply chain shortages. And this is really important for consumers to note because it may indicate that inflation will stay high regardless of COVID-19's effect. But other economists believe that inflation will lower as the supply chain normalizes and energy prices stabilize.
So you mentioned the supply chain a couple of times. You want to give us an update on that in your consumer report?
Yes. So for the supply chain, the holiday season is essential for the U.S. economy. But this year, because of supply chain impacts across the world, it seems as though companies aren't going to be able to make as much revenue as they hoped. The supply chain disruptions can include backlogged ports, limited materials, and a short supply of workers to staff production lines and truck drivers. The Biden administration has already taken action to clear some of that port congestion in the U.S., and now the administration is looking to plan to boost the number of truck drivers in the coming months. New regulations will make it easier and faster for drivers to get certified and will work to improve the quality of trucking jobs. These actions will probably not have an immediate effect on the current supply chain, to be honest with you, but they will hopefully create a brighter future for our supply chain.
Very good. And we have about a minute left. So there's a candy cane shortage. Tell us about that, Jane.
Well, have you noticed how hard it is to find candy canes this year?
Well, I haven't really looked, but...
Well, you can't find them. I can't find them personally. But it's looking like because of COVID-19, supply chain backups, and a bad peppermint harvest, shoppers are going to have a hard time finding their favorite holiday candy this season. And to be honest with you, it's not an exact science. Some suppliers have no candy canes in stock, while others are stocked with them. And this is kind of a building up problem. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, peppermint production in the U.S. has declined 25% in the past decade. And candy canes are just the latest product to be in short supply since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic. But this one hurts because it affects a Christmas staple.
Good job, Jane. Now, what are your future plans? In what year are you at American?
I'm a freshman at American University, and I hope to, continue to anchor and report and find a local news station one day like WHHI.
Thank you so much. Jane Fusco, our WHHI intern with our Business Consumer Report. Happy holidays to you. Bye-bye. Coming up after the break, we'll go out and about with WHHI television intern Nakaya Witter. Stay with us.